I had a man call me in my church. He said, I have to see you right away. I'm desperate. I said, great, come on Sunday before the Sunday night service. He came at 4 o'clock. He walked in. He said, my name's Steve. I'm a doctor. He said, I got some serious problems. You got to help me. I said, I'll do what I can. He said, you got to know this. I'm Jewish, and I don't believe in Christianity. But I've been coming to your church for 4 Sundays. I said, why? He said, because I have so many problems, some guy told me to come here. And he said, all 4 Sundays, you've been doing this series on delivered to Satan, which is not seeker-friendly, you can imagine. So, he said, you were talking about me. I know I'm damned. I said, why do you say that? He said, well, I'm an abortionist. I kill babies for a living. That's my practice. Last year, my clinic did $9 million worth of abortions. He says, if a woman doesn't have a reason, I give her one to get her money. That's being honest. He said, furthermore, I divorced my wife, married my second wife, and now I'm living with a woman who's not my wife. And I haven't got the courage to go back to my second wife because I actually like her better. He said, I just bar mitzvahed 2 of my kids. I've been under psychiatric care for a year, and I'm facing bankruptcy. Can you help me? I said, no? Are you kidding? How are you going to help a Jewish abortionist who's under psychiatric care? I said, but I know someone who can transform your life. He said, who? I said, Jesus Christ. He said, yeah. He said, I thought you'd say that. I said, well, look, if you don't want transformation, that's your choice. But if you're interested, I'd like to introduce you to Jesus Christ. He said, I don't know who He is. I said, well, let's start with that. I reached over, picked up a Bible. I opened it to the book of John. I said, see this book called John? He said, yeah. I said, you take this Bible with you. You read John every day, and when you know who He is, you call me. Because these things are written that you might know, right? That's the thesis. You say, what, no tapes? You just turn that guy over to the Bible? The guy will get confused. Now, the Word of God is like a lion. You don't defend a lion. You just let it out. It'll be all right. So, Thursday, he calls me. He says, I got to see you. I said, come in on Sunday, same time, 4 o'clock. He walks through the door, doesn't even look at me. He's got this Bible in his hand. Walks by me, sits down in a chair and looks up and says, I know who He is. I said, you do? He said, yep. I said, well, who is He? He says, God. Jesus is God. I said, Steve, you got to be kidding me. You're a 50-year-old man. You've been in Judaism all your life. This is Thursday from last Sunday. This is a big change. Never forget what he said. He said he has to be God. He said because nobody could do what He did or say what He said if He wasn't God. He's giving me back exactly what John said. If you can't believe my words, believe my works. He got it. By the power of the Spirit of God, he got it. He had to be God. And then he said this, he said, and do you know what else he did? I said, no, what? He said he rose from the dead. And then I don't know why he said this, but he said, and he did it fast. I don't know, like it struck him, you know? I mean, it is fast. It's 3 days, but if you're reading, it's a minute and a half. You're out of that chapter. He's out of there, you know? So I said, Steve, I said, so he's God. So he came. Why did he come? He came to die. Why did he come to die? He came to die for my sin. How do you know that? He said, you know, I found this book called Romans. He'd read Romans. The law of the Lord is comprehensive enough to totally transform the whole inner person. And I said, well, what does this mean in your life? He said, what it means is my wife is meeting me for church tonight, and I've written this afternoon my resignation letter to the abortion clinic. That's the power of the Word of God.